Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. Once again, you are welcome here on the platform of Awakening of Consciousness. This is the headline of the news. The world is overwhelmed. The world is very overwhelmed because of what Ukraine and Nato have just done in Crimea, the Ukrainian peninsula that became Russian since 2014. On the night of May 2nd, an unprecedented, large-scale attack was experienced by the peninsula. NATO, Ukraine, encouraged and accompanied by NATO, decided to challenge Donald Trump's plans and launched a large-scale attack in several cities of Crimea, several cities. Western media, particularly French media, are talking about it. And what are they saying? They clearly say that it's proof that neither Moscow, nor Kiev, let me see. They say it's proof that neither Moscow nor Kiev intend to respect the Americans' plan and stop the fighting. Ukraine does not want to stop the fighting at all. Everything is unfolding today, mainly because of Crimea. Yes. We talked about it earlier. The Trump administration had said it was disappointed with Russia because Russia says it cannot let go of the 4 regions of Ukraine. But beyond that, Ukraine also says it cannot let go of Crimea. This is the crux of this conflict, at least currently. Paris and London do not want the conflict to stop. NATO continues to encourage them. So Western media are complaining, notably LCI, which gives this headline: Ukraine has launched a massive attack against Crimea. Several explosions have occurred at strategic locations on the peninsula. Several. Drones targeted Russian military sites in Crimea. Sources speak of the annihilation of Russian air defenses. These are the Western media speaking. However, on the contrary, the Russian air defense systems managed to stop 121 drones. It was a lot. We don't know. Is it America that is encouraging Ukraine? Because America felt very disappointed. They understood that Russia does not want to give up. They prepared sanctions. But we still wonder. But what remains clear is that NATO and Ukraine are taking action. For the moment, we don't know much about America's involvement. So, what should be said? Explosions were heard in Sevastopol. Explosions were heard on the side of, what is it called? Zankoy, Sky, Kasha, where Russian military air bases are located. In these localities, there are air bases, Russian military bases. Explosions were heard in this locality. The Russian Ministry of Defense stated that on the night of May 2nd, air defense systems destroyed 121 drones. 121 drones were destroyed. And these are Ukrainian drones. These drones were destroyed over the territory of Crimea. And several regions of the Russian Federation received drones. Telegram channels reported explosions in a number of localities in Crimea, according to the Russian ministry. So, why? Why doesn't Zelensky want to let it be printed? Are we really dealing with a matter of Ukrainian law or constitution, as Zelensky wants the world to understand? Are we facing that? The answer is found and even given by the French channel LCI, which makes a big revelation. Share the video conference with me, please. Share the video conference as much as possible. Give it a lot of likes. Because when we provide verified information there, it hurts them. That is to say, the argument put forward by Ukraine is that Ukraine cannot cede Crimea or any other portion of Ukrainian territory to Russia, especially Crimea, because they say, Zelensky says that it's even beyond the constitution. They cannot. However, in reality, that's not the case. The revelation made by LCI, the French media outlet, tells us that Volodymyr Zelensky embezzled more than $400 million of aid from the United States of America to acquire real estate all over the world. That is to say, the money that was meant to pay for military equipment to send to the front, Zelensky embezzled more than $400 million. And when he embezzled this money, he bought houses all over the place. One of the houses he bought is located in Crimea, and he paid a lot for it. So he really cares about it. Because if Crimea becomes Russian, he automatically loses this property. He loses. So let's dive deeper. Share the video. According to information provided by LCI, Zelensky allegedly bought 3 luxury villas during the war in Ukraine. 3 luxury villas. One in Crimea. In Crimea, he paid 23 million euros. 23 million euros, imagine that. It's an astronomical amount. He paid for one in Italy at 20 million euros. And the last one is in England at 31 million euros. Can you imagine? So, after England, the villa in England, it's Crimea. It's an investment he made. That's why he doesn't want to give up. So, here is one of the reasons. We won't say it's the exclusive reason. Here is one of the main reasons why Volodymyr Zelensky doesn't want to give up Crimea. And he attributes this to Ukrainian law. Ladies and gentlemen, with this massive attack, we are waiting to see Russia's response. But this very much reignites the large-scale conflict. Because Russia will not tolerate this. Russia holds Crimea as dear as the apple of its eye. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that was the headline of international news. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. I will be back shortly with more news. This was the voice of your servant, Robert Théa.